Welcome to the end of day review for Tuesday, the 30th of January 2024. Starting off with the economic calendar, as you can see, there was no London session read for the news, and there was only New York session read for the news. However, it was quite late into the New York session, about 2 hours after the New York Open. The news release was positive with the USD, and thus only shorts for GBPUSD made sense after the news release. Moving into the charts, starting off with the daily, as we can see, nothing much has changed in terms of structure, and in terms of daily consecutive candles, we're not moving with a lot of momentum each day. And if you were to just look at the daily, you'd probably say we're in a range at the moment. This makes sense given what the market structure is doing, and I'll quickly move on to the 4-hour, where we can see that we're coming from a confirmed bullish market trend to recently body breaking this structure point, telling us that perhaps we're going to change into a bearish market trend. However, until we have the break of structure to validate the change of character, only at that point we can confirm that we have bearish market trend. In terms of actually unpacking the recent PA, as you know, we are in an uncertain scenario, and thus I require 3 elements to back up any potential trade idea to long or short. The first being a 4H OB, the second being validated substructure, and the third being, in terms of my trading time frame, available IRL towards the intended substructure target. Looking at the 4-hour and how the day has progressed, essentially we can see that the entire day was pretty much a bearish day, which was fine and was somewhat per our plan, is there was reasons to both long and short. The reason why I say that is because we're reacting to two opposite 4H OBs. The first being a pro-trend unconfirmed OB, pro-trend unconfirmed because the bearish market trend is not yet confirmed, and we recently broke the bullish structure, so the pro-trend unconfirmed is the fact that the bearish structure is unconfirmed, and thus POI is simply part of the latest pro-trend move. Then in terms of this primary pro-trend previously confirmed demand area that you're seeing, that's essentially as a result of validating a demand order flow on the 4-hour, and that has given us this primary pro-trend previously confirmed OB. Again, pro-trend previously confirmed is the fact that the last market structure was bullish, and thus this primary leg is essentially an extension of the bullish leg should the bullish market structure prevail. That's pretty much the 4-hour. I think the key takeaway here is just the fact that we've got reasons to trade both directions, and we had IRL in both and we had validated substructure levels to target. There was the substructure low that was body broken right here and validated, and then the substructure high, from which we got numerous pullbacks on the 4-hour to validate that that is the substructure high. Moving on to the 15-minute, you could even use the 5-minute, but I think 15-minute is a bit cleaner. Essentially, what we have is we have the first reaction to this pro-trend unconfirmed level, which creates this pro-trend unconfirmed primary leg. Since the pro-trend unconfirmed primary leg didn't achieve its objective, any unmitigated pro-trend primary unconfirmed OBs can be used to validate a secondary leg, which is essentially what had happened in the Asia session, and then we validated the secondary leg. Remember, this is a primary pro-trend previously confirmed OB, so that when the secondary OB that was built is invalidated by the pro-trend one, the only options for longs is either if the secondary OB gets extended, or alternatively it gets reset by wicking the lowest reaction point, and we tap into the unmitigated area of the 4H OB. Essentially, my London bias, if you recall from my London outlook, it was primarily to trade short, ultimately targeting this IRL in this target. Because there is IRL in the leg, we can validate that there is a triangle, and since there is a triangle and a new leg in IRL, we're not concerned that we're trading against the 4H OB, because we have validated that this area is potentially weak and there's available liquidity for price to move to the downside. Price actually set up really well as we moved forward towards Frankfurt and London, When Frankfurt opened, we validated the Asia high of the day. This was then validated in Frankfurt. So I'm just changing that. It was from the London Outlook. However, the issue I had with actually trading here was the fact that the FIB didn't align. And since the FIB didn't align with any of the POIs, so we've got a nice chain situated here, but again, this price just pulled back into this window of imbalance, since the window of imbalance doesn't really align with the discount area we're looking for on the 15-minute or 5-minute for that matter. It simply didn't make sense to take the trade as the risk reward was far too great. If we just mark it out, that's 24. Even if you use this, it's still 20 pips to the target is 2R. Maybe you're willing to hold till 3R, but as you can see, it's just a bit, it's asking too much, especially since this is 20 pips plus 60 is 80 pips. So that's your daily range, and the likelihood of your PA actually moving 80 pips in this uncertain range scenario is probably unlikely. So I didn't see it valid at the time, and hence I didn't take it. So that's fine, it's not per my trading plan, and we move forward. And then coming into the New York session, essentially at this point all the IRL had been used up, so shorts were pretty much void, and we were simply waiting for New York to actually print a new low of the day, which it did. However, unfortunately, the New York news was positive, supporting further shorts of the GBPUSD, and thus we didn't have any confirmation to suggest that the New York low of the day will actually hold. So that's pretty much my end of day review. An interesting day, lots of complexity and reasons to trade both directions. However, ultimately we weren't able to get into any favorable trades, or any trades for that matter. And yeah, I guess have a good day, and we'll chat again tomorrow for the London Outlook.